These are the best ranked spots to land for Apex Legend when King's Canyon comes in the rotation now. If you thought third parties were bad on Olympus, your tight little Apex booty is about to be tenderized with no remorse at all. Trust me, you're going to need this video. Like, it's crazy. The third parties are beyond belief on this map, but let's get into it. These spots, by the way, are not in any particular order. It's just what I found out from playing the game since day one. This is your best chance of survival to ease the pain. That's all I'm trying to do for you for this ranked split. So, coming in, no particular order, let's talk about Salvage. Salvage is a great landing spot, and here's why. There's multiple jump towers right around it. Like, 3 jump towers. The loot there is insane. Plenty of loot for a full man team. The only downside is, sometimes a lot of teams land there, and I'll tell you what that's a downside, and that's a good time. So, you can easily get those first few kills off the bat, if you're better than the team, of course, and get better loot. Then it sets your KP up for the rest of the game. Normally, that's great. King's Canyon, that's not the biggest problem, because you're going to get third party and find teams back to back to back to back. So it's good to get that fresh KP off the bat. If you lose, then it sucks because you're out of the game, of course. But if you go to land there, let's say 3, 4, 5 teams land there for whatever reason, then there's 3 jump towers nearby and also giant zips to go over to the left to Gonland, which has great loot. I think a guaranteed purple as well, which is another great landing spot. Or you can hit the 2 jump towers and go to Caustic, which automatically has purple and gold loot. It's Caustic's treatment is a great spot. Again, sometimes crowded, but sometimes not, depending where the bus goes. By the way, I'll give you some tips on that as well at the end of this video, because you're going to want some like extra tips for this map. I'm telling you, it's a different experience playing ranked on King's Canyon. But Salvage has so many different options. There's also 2 towns right in front of it. Again, you jump out of the dropship, you see 5 teams landing there. You're like, man, I wanted to land Salvage. I can't. There's 2 separate towns in front of you that a lot of people will just overlook. Because Salvage is right there to name locations where people are going to land. But if no one lands there, one other team lands there, this is a really great spot, really great loot, really great rotation opportunities to come from it as well. I love it. It's one of my favorites. Number 2, I call this place Pleasure Town. So I'm going to throw a picture up on the screen or a video. You can see where I'm landing so you have an idea of where it is. It is a non-name location. It is between Containment, Bunker, Cage, and Capacitor. This spot's so good because it's surrounded by 4 of the biggest spots on the map. So this little town, which has great loot, actually gets overlooked pretty significantly because people land at the 4 spots around it. This spot is not only dead center, which gives you fantastic rotation to wherever you want to go, Capacitor, Cage after that, Containment, but it also has above it, like not even 3 feet, you could throw your Loba tactile and be up there. There's one of those grenade vaults. You put the grenade in, it explodes, then you open it up for loot. There's one up top, and there's one down below as well, which usually has fantastic attachments for guns. I love this spot. This was my ranked spot last game. You can land there. The most I've seen land there with me is one other team as well. I thought the gameplay down below as well. My controller actually died in the middle of this game, so that was pretty unfortunate to say the least. But you can land here, get looted up, and then decide where you want to push after that. You can third-party Containment, which is what we do a lot of the time, or you can just slide down there, loot the other bins, and then hit the jump tower almost right beside it and rotate to wherever. The circle, wherever you land, if you land there, is going to be pretty close to you because you're literally dead center on the map. It's great if another team lands there. If it's only one team, then it's a great team v team situation. Get that early KP and play for placement. By the way, if I see any of you land there, I will literally destroy you. No gun. I will 1v3 your whole entire team with nothing but my fist and my sack. You're KO'd. You're out of the game. Don't even test me. All right, this one, a lot of people forget about this one, and they don't land here, and this loot is pretty good. Swamps. If you're fresh, you haven't played ranked in a while, or you're not ready for the devil of King's Canyon, land at Swamps. Land at Swamps, and here's why. There's a jump tower nearby, easily for rotation. By the way, you've heard me mention a lot of times there's a jump tower. That's why third parties are so crazy on this map. There's a jump tower everywhere. And if there's not a jump tower, then you hit a charge station for your ult. And if you have a Valkyrie, then you're just flying on everywhere and eating people's booties for dessert. It's crazy. Swamps has loot, usually not contested at all because everyone else is landing at other places. The rig, there's Cage, Hydro Dam, Labs. Everyone lands there, bigger name as opposed to Swamps. You can loot up, kind of take your time on the game and try and take teams one by one, or just go play straight for placement. A lot of people haven't played King's Canyon, or maybe just coming in for ranked for this time because they started seeing ALGS in the tournaments and stuff like that, and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna give ranked a try. I highly recommend Swamps and this next place as well. Let's talk about Broken Relay. Next to artillery, next to the rig, a couple little houses offset. I'm surprised it's actually named location. I'm shocked. Has a decent amount of loot for 3 people. Normally never congested at all. If you want someplace where most likely a team will not land, Swamps is the option, and Broken Relay is the next option. By the way, the next spot is probably my favorite in the whole game, that I'm going to say. But so Broken Relay, you can land there, get your loot, push the rig. Easy clap on the teams. You're at Broken Relay, you want to push the rig, push artillery. Easy clap on the teams as well. Sometimes there's 2 or 3 teams that land artillery because they just have giant sacks because they're Timmy and stuff like that. Push them, get your loot, almost an easy wipe on them. The rig also has a jump tower for rotational purposes as well. That's great. You can actually go, this is crazy, to the rig, jump tower, to capacitor, jump tower again, and then just land in the center of the map all the way at cage. It really depends where you want to go. My roommate's in here in a towel. You guys want to see? Yeah, he backed away. So, I like Broken Relay. I landed there a couple times in pubs, just to try it out, then in ranked as well. And it actually worked out fairly well. Wasn't congested. Was able to just kind of do my own thing and play for placement. If I'm not that confident at Fight Jit, as long as you're new to the game, I highly recommend there. So, let's talk about this next spot. Really just stiffens me up. Spotted Lake. Next to Crash Site. Next to the pit, which is actual garbage. Spotted Lake is just filled with loot. There's like 3 separate areas you can land at Spotted Lake, and people just don't normally land here. Maybe 1, maybe 2 teams. Even if there's 2 teams, there's enough loot for the 2 teams to go around. You guys can load up and then have your fight. But a lot of people just land heavy Crash Site, they land heavy containment, and heavy artillery. They just avoid Spotted Lake. Now it's slightly off to the side, which is also good. The loot is insane. Like, I always come out with like purple bag. I'll load some gameplay down below. I got like a gold bag, blue armor, purple armor. I got a fully kitted massive. It's just insane to loot there, and especially with a team of 3, you're gonna get what you want. There's a lot of times a crafter there, which is heavily underused, and then you can rotate from Spotted Lake over to Runoff. You can hit the ult charge station, and you're set up for a great game. Or you can go Spotted Lake. There's multiple zips that connect to both sides of Spotted Lake. You can go straight to Crash Site and immediately just tickle them. Like, there's nothing they can do. You're coming fully kitted from Spotted Lake to Crash Site, where they just had 3,000 teams land. And you just wipe them, get the KP, and you're on your way for literally a fantastic run for the rest of the game. Then you just hit the jump towers, and you're free. You're home free. Those are my top 5, though, as well. Caustic Treatment's also a good one because there's guaranteed gold over there. A lot of times people know that, so it's heavily contested. Again, depending on the bus, you're going to want to really watch the bus for these rotations. Here's a couple of bonus tips for you guys. Wherever the bus goes, kind of look at the spots and then decide where to jump. If the bus is going by artillery, Broken Relay, and you don't want to land by people, easily go swamps, salvage, or caustic treatment. It's going to be a little bit of a flight, but if you want to get the loot, then there you go. If you want to land heavy, though, and it's going again by artillery and Broken Relay, land Spotted Lakes, you will easily get to clap the teams. It just depends. You really want to pay attention this season on how many people jump out of the battle bus. I just said battle bus. I'm so sorry. On how many people jump out of the dropship, because it's gonna be hectic. So if you played Stormpoint and World's Edge, a lot of times you like to land maybe with 1 team or no teams at all and try to get that early KP, then play for placement. You don't have to worry about that with Kings Canyon. Also, be very aware with your third parties, because with all the mobility legends and stuff right now, it's going to be third party heavy. You're definitely going to get your KP. Do not rush for that. You will definitely get in and see the other teams. You'll see once you play how exotic and crazy it is with all the third parties and teams and people sniping you from across the map, just because how insane it is. Also, leave a comment down below. Did I name your favorite spot? If not, where are you guys landing this ranked season? Or is this your first time actually diving into the world of ranked on Apex and a little bit nervous, a little bit scared? That's fine. Subscribe, because I'm doing a whole video on the best legends to run on this map as well, and it's probably going to shock you who's going to be meta this season. See you guys next time. So I call the dropship like bus or battle bus pretty much every time in this video. Please make sure to roast me in the comments, as I deserve to be punished for my sins.